Hello and good morning from home. It's so good to be home. I arrived home last night where everything is so nice, except for this prolonged drought. And now, after the last few scorching days while I was away at the seaside, there have been scorching days here too. Unfortunately, everything looks pretty bad, especially the plants because there was only drought and extreme heat. I'm going to show you how the garden looks, how things look around here. Now, after so much time in which it hasn't rained again, my little herb garden here in front of the house looks good. It doesn't look bad here since I've kept watering it. Now I have dill, I have fresh parsley, which is growing and doing very well here, tarragon, rosemary. And these tomatoes here still look very good. Some of them will even ripen. I think it won't be more than a week or two until I eat the first tomatoes from here. Don't forget one here. Everything is fine because I watered very often. The geraniums look good again because they are watered automatically. My luck is that I took water from the well. After I took water from the river, which I took from the river, I took water from the well. In fact, even when I took water from the river, I didn't fill the pool only with river water. I also took some from the well. I'm really lucky with this well, which now, during this extreme drought, produces enough water. Thank you for watching. Thanks to the well water. You can see that the water stayed clear. No algae formed in it. There are just some bits of debris floating on top. That's all. I changed the irrigation system. I no longer draw water from the well for irrigation. I keep the well water for household use. Part of the irrigation, yes, where there's still water from the well, but I want to use this water too. That's why I installed a second pump here, which I use to water the garden. More than that, I think I'll have to use it for the trees too if it doesn't rain, because just look at how the trees look. They seem like they're starting to dry out. Extreme drought. Like since I was born here in Warsaw, I've never seen a drought like this. There were years that were a bit drier and the water in the river would go down. I remember my mother used to tell us that a long time ago in her childhood there was another year like this, extremely dry, when the locals had to dig a pit in the valley so the animals could drink water. And even then only a little water would gather, just enough for them to drink. Well, it seems there are these cycles because yes, this year is just like that year my mother used to tell us about. And again, people have to dig a pond in the valley these days so they can water their animals because the river has dried up completely. It's very interesting that during the days I was away, the lotuses here from these pots, from these flower pots, not only did they sprout, but they even developed and started to grow leaves. Very interesting. I hope they continue to grow and even bloom for me. Now we'll see. As for the fact that when I set up the pool, I took a bit of water from the river while the river was still flowing and of course had a current. Not all the water went into my pool. I don't know how much the pool holds, probably about 4 cubic meters, something like 3 cubic meters. That's about how much water I took out, maybe a little less. I realize river water isn't good. It causes algae and doesn't last. And that's why I switched to taking water from the well. It's much better for the pool when it's taken from the well, as you can see. Yeah, well, usually I don't avoid anything and everything I do I share with you too, but yeah, this wasn't the right approach. There's so much trouble now with the water and with Some people even wrote to me claiming elephants in Africa are dying and lack water because I took some from the river. There's a trend now with this thing, just like there was a trend with. That's why the planet is warming up, because the cows in the Netherlands are making gas from their farts. The planet is heating up and people are dying. These are indeed some sensitive things. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that to take it out of the river. Yeah, I did it. I take responsibility for that. Well, you all picked on me. The internet picked on me. In the end, the river dried up with or without my pool. Let me show you what the river looks like. I've never seen anything like this here in Warsaw, and last year the flow was very, very low, and I can't. The river was very low, but yes, this year it has completely dried up. It has completely dried up. And just last night I got milk from my neighbor, and he was saying that he had to do the same to dig in the gravel of the valley so the animals would have somewhere to drink water from. It's sad. It's very sad to see something like this. A dried up river. That's right. Honestly, I've never seen this river like this. Only small puddles remain. Fish, you realize that there aren't any more. Here, I think there's a spring from the ideal. That's why a bit of water still drips. Otherwise, this is what the river looks like. Very, very sad. Well said. I've never seen anything like this before. In my whole life, and from what my mother told us, it only happened once more in the last probably 70 years. Now, I hope it's just an exception and it won't become a rule. Like every year to become drier and drier. That would be, yes, truly a disaster. Let's take a walk through the garden too, although I'm dreading it. I'm dreading what I'll find here. The clover has dried up. Unfortunately, the onions are still fine and look good. The potatoes are gone except for the ones still in the ground, and surprisingly, the ones in the ground are actually still there and they're okay. And here where I have the drip irrigation system, I see that the plants are still alive. A tomato is ripening for me. Still, the tomato, this one in 2-3 days, I think I can eat it, but it doesn't look good. Not even the tomatoes. The tomato plants don't look good. I don't even pull the weeds from among them anymore. That's how my mother taught me to leave them, because they'll give them some shade. Even if they've been watered. They don't look good at all. But that's how it is. I don't know what else to do for them. I don't know what else I could do. Some are okay, and maybe even they'll produce some tomatoes. But in general, it's bad. It's very bad. Even though they were watered by drip irrigation, the peppers also look very bad. Even though they were watered, they are not developing. Cucumbers, the cucumbers have stopped growing. Zucchini. There's no way I'll eat any from my own garden this year. Luckily, my mom has plenty. The cucumbers were here. There were a few little ones that I thought I'd get to eat, but they won't grow. Even though they have enough water, they don't grow. This row of tomatoes looks bad too. One dried up with the tomato still on it. Even though they're watered, they have water, but that's all I can do. More than that, even the cabbage doesn't look good. Yeah, it seems to help as much as watering, but it's nothing like rain. Definitely. Rain is truly unique. That's it. Summer cabbage. Again, even if it was watered, it doesn't grow unless it dries out. The garden is mostly compromised. Maybe I'll get a few tomatoes and yeah, potatoes. I have potatoes to eat. It's okay. Onions, I'll have onions because the onions are nice. I actually pulled up a few and they're big and healthy. Probably in a month I'll have to pull them up to put them out to dry. I water my roses every day, but they still don't look great. See, one is blooming, a pink flower. This one gave me a red one. This is one of the few that actually took root after I planted it this year. Other than that, you can feel the drought here too. Everything is drying up. The hazelnut tree is full of nuts, but not all of them can develop properly. I noticed that some are drying up and some stay small. Welcome, it's all due to the drought. The vineyard still looks good, but that's because the vine likes drought. As far as I know, kiwi has grown too, but that's about it. Here I was supposed to have gooseberries. I mean, there were a few gooseberries left. I ate a few, and there were a few left. I planned to let them ripen, but they fell, were taken, or eaten by birds, probably. You realize that even wild animals and birds are desperate. I see them coming here to these bowls and drinking water. That's pretty much the situation in the garden. These are still holding on. The nicest tomato in the whole garden is this one here in the pot. African beans, they're growing. The blood orange tree is doing well, and so is the lemon tree. The olive tree has a few olives. I hope they'll last until autumn. We're waiting for rain. We're waiting for rain. Let's see. If the rain comes, the grass should recover too. It should recover. And the trees, everything depends only on the rain. The peach tree is drying up too. Extremely hot. Today in Warsaw it's about 34, 35 degrees. What is here is a rarity. I just got back from Ilya. I went to do some shopping. According to the forecast, there's about a 20% chance of rain. In the afternoon, I started cooking something because I was really craving summer cabbage rolls. So I made some here, boiling with water, vinegar, and a bit of salt. I put this cabbage in. I'm going to blanch it. After which I'll take out the leaves and use them for stuffed cabbage rolls. I'm really craving some eggplant salad too, so I put some eggplants on the stove as well. I have another cabbage ready to boil since both won't fit in the pot. And here I started chopping meat. I took some pork leg and I'm chopping it with a cleaver. They also had ground meat, but I didn't really like how it looked, so I preferred to get pork leg. So I could chop it myself. I'm done with the eggplants. I put them to drain and I started making the filling for the stuffed cabbage rolls. For that I chopped some onions. Onions from the garden already. I saute it here on low heat. My recipe for stuffed cabbage rolls is very simple. This time I'm making summer stuffed cabbage rolls, so I added onions. I will add ground meat, thyme, just a little bit. Just because I wanted to have the taste of fresh dill from the garden, so I'm going to pick a lot of dill. Besides the meat, I'm only going to add dill. A bit of pepper and a bit of paprika. The flavor should come from the dill. This is basically the sarmale filling. Classic pepper, a bit of thyme, and a bunch of dill from my garden, some peppercorns, a bit of paprika. That's pretty much the filling. This is the sarmale filling. I set it aside. I also added a handful of rice. These sarmal are made with a little rice. And now I'm starting to put in the pot. What am I going to put in the pot? First, I'm going to put a layer of cabbage. This cabbage is a mix between boiled cabbage with a bit of vinegar and salt and raw cabbage. Look, about this much. About this much we put underneath. I added a bit of oil. Another layer of tomato slices and some whole peppercorns. So for stuffed cabbage rolls, whole peppercorns give an extraordinary flavor. A bit more salt. I'm starting to wrap the stuffed cabbage rolls. Here I have the filling. Here I have the boiled cabbage leaves boiled with vinegar, salt and thyme. This is how they look. I'm going to start wrapping them. I'm going to try to make them smaller, although I usually can't make them that small. But that's not a problem because I've noticed that if I make them bigger, they actually taste better. Here's the first row of sarmale. Now we bring in the heavy artillery. In the middle, we put a layer of this. Next, we add another sarmal row. Let's keep going with the sarmal. The sarmale are on the stove. Meanwhile, I made the eggplant salad, though I was really nervous about it. Because my sister gave me 2 eggs, since the hens aren't laying much. Right now my mom is away. She's at Monesa for treatment and she gave me 2 eggs. And I was really nervous making the mayonnaise because if it didn't turn out, it would have been bad. Anyway, they're coming for dinner tonight too. It turned out really well here. I cooked the stuffed cabbage rolls on low heat on the stove, but I filled the pot too much and it spills a little on the stove, but it's not a problem. I thought I heard a thunder. God help us, let it rain here too. I'm looking forward to the rain, but for now it's just windy. On Meteor.radar it shows some rain nearby. I hope it reaches us too. At least an hour of rain. Unfortunately, the rain didn't come. That's how it is. Maybe tomorrow, we're still hoping. My sarmal are almost ready. I tasted them and they just need to boil a bit longer, so I'll leave them on low heat. I had guests today. I was sleeping. I woke up with them rummaging through the pots. When I woke up, they were eating stuffed cabbage rolls or eggplant salad. Wait, thank you. Let's thank you. They turned out very good. Hello and good morning from Warsaw. A new day here, a new day when I'm waiting for the rain. And I still had a few things to do around here. I still had work to do because tomorrow a new journey begins and I'll leave for Budapest to fight. I was saying that I still had some work to do around here, but today is a holiday, so I'm not working. It's a holiday, I'm not working. I just had some fresh milk, a few days old, which I set aside to curdle and I just put it to strain. To make a bit of samachisha, as we call it. Today, since it's a holiday, I will rest here in the garden, enjoy the garden, and eat something. I already have food from yesterday. I don't even have to cook, and I'll pack my bag. Because, as I told you, tomorrow we're leaving for the cold countries. Just like in winter, I go to warm countries. In summer, I go to cold countries. Yes, tomorrow a new journey begins. I'm going to leave for Iceland. For that, I got special clothes. I had to get some slightly thicker clothes, so I went shopping and got myself some clothes. I'll also show you what clothes I got and what luggage I'm packing. I'll have to pack a very small bag. Because the flights to Iceland were cheap. Well, one of them. The flight from Budapest to Reykjavik was very cheap. About 50 euros, but for the luggage I would have paid 100 euros. So I'll have to manage with my smallest bag. Yeah. It will be a challenge because, yeah, I usually don't take much with me, but now I'll have to take some warmer clothes. I told you I went shopping and I still don't know how I'll fit everything into that little bag. Now, not just for weather. I did this to save money, so I decided to take the small bag between Iceland and the next destination as well. Still a surprise, again the flight was expensive too. And if I were to take luggage too, I mean, don't imagine checked luggage or anything fancy, just a regular carry-on bag. That bigger backpack of mine, which in the meantime has become illegal for low-cost airlines. I would have paid another 100 euros after that from the surprise destination when I come back again. Another 100 euros until where I'll have checked baggage, and another 100 euros until Budapest. You realize that a lot of money would add up for, I don't know how much to say, about 2 kilos of extra luggage, because I don't have much luggage anyway. Yeah, that one doesn't fit the size requirements, so I'll have to somehow squeeze everything into my small bag. I'll show you a bit later what I'm putting in my bag as well. Let's see how much battery we have now. In the morning, the battery is at 74. Yesterday, it was fully charged. I used it. I also washed clothes. I used the irrigation system, both pumps. I heated the water in the boiler, and I still have 75% left in the battery. This combination was very well thought out. It can be used with 2 inverters. I really liked how they thought it out. In the meantime, I also studied this myself, and yes, it might help me a lot. That's also because in the fall and winter, clearly when there will be less sun, maybe the generator will have to be started as well. From time to time? Yes, the guys told me that they'll set up an automation for me and the generator will start by itself when needed. For now, it's very good as it is, 15 kilowatt stored, that's enough. The production now in the morning be Fronius is at 1320W and on the other one somewhere around 800, 900. I know this from the app, so once again, for those of you who asked me, this is what my installation looks like, done professionally. It's worked well for months. What other investments should I make? And I'll make another investment this fall when I get back from Iceland. I need to install an air conditioner, not so much for the cold, because for now, even during these scorching days, I haven't needed it. It was just right. I had around 25, 26 degrees Celsius in the house at most, and now as much as I have 25 degrees. At night it may drop to 24. Yes, I feel very comfortable at this temperature. Yes, I need to install an air conditioner. I still don't know where I'm going to put it, either here in this area or here in this area. Yes, I think it's not a good idea to put it right above the bed because for now I'm staying downstairs. I feel very good here downstairs and I don't plan to move the bed. Still, I think this is the best place to install it. But I'll think about that more when I get back from Iceland. That will be the next investment, and I need to move the electrical installation to move it outside. Well, not really outside. It will be here in this shed that I'll close off in the meantime, and it will be an enclosed space. No, let me show you what warm clothes I got. I got myself a thicker fleece. Yeah, I want one of really good quality, but I just couldn't find one, so I found this one and it's okay. It was also at a very good price, 100 lei. I would have paid even more. I would have paid up to 100 euros for a fleece. The kind I want and I'm still looking for, but for now this one is very good too. I got myself a jacket that I can have for a long time. I paid more for this one. It was about 600 lei and it's from Gravity. I know the brand. It's a jacket I can wear over a fleece. It's windproof, a more professional jacket with all kinds of vents. It's pretty much the same as the red one you've seen me wear before, which I've had for about 15 years now. And it's really worn out at the sleeves, so that's why I needed another jacket. After that, I got myself some cotton t-shirts. Again, very good quality t-shirts to take with me to Iceland. Now I still have to pack my suitcase to fit all my things in the luggage. It will be a challenge. But you'll see the luggage in the next vlog. In the vlog where I'll actually leave for Iceland, where I'll tell you how I organized myself for Iceland, how hard it was to organize this trip, trying to get the best prices, satisfied. In some places I didn't manage. I think this will be the most expensive trip of my entire life, but I didn't really have any other options. On the other hand, I think I chose the cheapest possible way to visit Iceland, and with how much comfort. I mean, not to stay in hostels satisfied with just a bed and being cramped, but these organization details in the next vlog, then more info on site. What I organized and what you'll see, you'll find out in the upcoming vlogs from Iceland. But until then, I'm ending this vlog here. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thanks to all the members and everyone who donated to support this channel. I know some of you are tired of talking and want travels. Well, yes, travels are coming from now on, many more travels. This period at home has done me so much good. I think I stayed at home for about a month straight and I felt so good. Of course, I still did some work around here, but besides work, there was also relaxation and the pleasure of finally enjoying what I built here and designed such a long time ago. Because this is what I've wanted for a very long time. It finally happened, and I have all the comfort here. Until the next vlog from home in Warsaw, goodbye.